Good afternoon and welcome to the University of Michigan Vada Murrary Research Fund Drive. We are here today at the University of Michigan's facility on Pfizer Road with all of our good friends. We're going to get a chance to introduce you to Sarah, Vada's wife, his children, and a number of the football players. We're going to talk to some of the researchers about how important research is for cancer. Vada was an incredible police officer, great father, great University of Michigan football player, as we all know. But this day today is dedicated to the Cancer Research Initiative that is so important for the ongoing future, to not only look at what happened with Vada and the medical concerns, but also what's being done here at this great university. My name is Rich Coleman. I'm the host for the Prevention Corner. We're here today to kick this rascal off, and we're going to have a great time after a great football win here at the University of Michigan against Notre Dame. What an evening it was. It was such an exciting night to be there, to be a part of it. But we're going to get a chance to talk to some of the players, talk to some of the fans, all of the parents and those who are here today to talk about this incredible initiative for our great friend, Vada Murrary. We'll be right back with more interviews here at the Prevention Corner. And welcome back to the Prevention Corner. We are here with Sarah. It is so great to see you today here at the Vada Murrary Cancer Research Initiative.
Thank you.
Tell us about how important this has been, pouring your heart out into this and all of the things that's going on.
Well, Vada passed away in April, and he and I had talked about setting something up like this over a year ago, actually, because he really had so much faith and hope in cancer research, and that something would be coming that would be helpful to him. But a year ago wasn't the right time. After he passed away, it felt like it was the right time. This fundraiser today is really to create awareness, and I want people to know that this fund exists and it's going to be around for a while. So the goal today is to create awareness. Over time, certainly the goal is to raise money.
Absolutely. Well, one of the things too that we're also going to be putting up the website and all of the contact information, but I think the most important part about this research that I've been looking at and seeing all of the great material and links that's set up with the website is the research that's done right here locally that a lot of people don't know about.
It's amazing, and you know, we have one of the best hospitals in the world right around the corner from us. You know, I think the thing that I've learned, the most important thing that I've learned is that we've made advances in treatments and detection strategies, but at the end of the day, it's not enough. It's not enough, and you know, for more research there needs to be more money. So what I'm really asking people to do is know about this fund, stay online with us and watch for updates on the website, and consider making this fund a part of your annual charitable contribution.
Well, that's one of the things too from law enforcement, and particularly with today's historic 10th anniversary, and remembering not only all of the things that we've been involved with today with that recognition, but how important, we don't ever forget Vada's incredible big heart. He had such a big heart. I always enjoyed talking with him. He'd always bug me, how's your son? Is he still playing?
I know.
You know, all of those great things that fathers do. We talk about and brag about our sons playing football, and all of the things that whatever we can still do for you and your family, the door is always open.
Doing it. Thank you, Richie.
It's always open. Thank you so much, sir. We're going to be right back. We've got more interviews that we'll be doing with some of the researchers, some of the football players, and all of the family members and those who are involved with this great event today for the Vada Murrary Cancer Research Fund. Thank you so much. We'll be right back. And good afternoon. I have the opportunity to flip the table here today with one of our local celebrities and radio personalities, Mr. Sam Webb. Sam, great to meet you again, man. My pleasure. First, let me ask you about how did the Grill Wars go?
Grill Wars went outstanding. You know, we had a fantastic turnout. 14 grillers, or I shouldn't say grillers, 14 teams came out. Because you didn't have individual grillers come out. They had, you know, wives and daughters and husbands. I mean, they had a whole, you know, system going on. So it was a fantastic event. It was a big party, and ultimately the two-time defending champs tied for first place again. So we had to go to a tiebreaker, and we wound up crowning a new champion.
Is that right? Well, I tell you, I was there last year, and because I had to just come see my partner from Flint, and I know you're from Flint.
Yes, I am.
I played against Rick Leach in high school. Okay. I went to Saginaw.
Okay.
I played for Saginaw High, so we got some history here between the high schools.
I can't tell you how dirty Saginaw used to be.
When I played, I was there in '74.
Okay.
When I played against Arthur Hill, when they went undefeated, unscored upon.
Okay.
That's never happened since. Big boys. I was talking to a number of the Notre Dame fans yesterday about Terry Urick.
Okay.
Because we went together. We went to school together.
Okay.
A lot of history with football. So I'm here with my son today at the Vada Murrary. This is my son working camera, Alex. And we listen to you all the time, so I always enjoy the efforts that's coming down with the show. But we're here today with our good friend Vada Murrary and the Cancer Research Fund. What does this mean to you? Because not only being a radio personality and all of the things that's going on, but you're connected with the football family and all of the ups and downs. What does this day mean for you?
Well, certainly the connection with Vada through Michigan football is one that I think resonates with a lot of people. But I think, you know, as you get to have personal experiences, we had a gymnastic. We were judging a gymnastics meet a few years ago, and his daughter was one of the participants. And so from that point on, interaction a little bit, and then we did some specials on the show, and it was good to get a chance to share that with him and have him share that with his teammates. And so it was important to get out here and continue to show that support and continue to support Sarah in what she's trying to do. But on a personal level, it means something else to me. On a personal level, it means something else to me also. On a personal level, it means something else to me also, because my wife is a 2-time cancer survivor.
Okay.
You know, she was diagnosed with ovarian cancer back in 2001, had a recurrence again in 2007, and she's been cancer-free since. But I know without research, you know, the odds of us or other people having to deal with it again are very high. So certainly here to show support for Vada, show support for Sarah, but also to show support for my wife and for all the other cancer sufferers.
I lost my oldest sister to pancreatic cancer, and she came here to the University of Michigan to seek assistance, but it was so advanced there was nothing they could do to slow it down, to stop it. So this has touched all of our families in some unique way with cancer, and I agree with all of the support, not only working with Sarah and all of the personnel here at the event today, but beyond, because this is why this taping is so important, because we want people to donate to the cancer research. Go to the website, look at the commitment for all of those who are here today, beyond just today, but this is lifelong.
No question.
Lifelong.
I mean, without the persistence of people like Sarah, without the persistence of the people in this room, then we'll get stuck in neutral. And that's the last thing you want to have when you have a disease that's always going forward. Yeah. So you got to be able to fight it.
Absolutely. Well, Sam, we're going to keep your prayers, your wife in our prayers, and all your family members, as well as we're going to do for Sarah and everybody who has gone through that cancer experience. My name is Rich Coleman. We're here at the Prevention Corner at the Vada Murrary Research Initiative here at the University of Michigan facilities today. But beyond, go to the website. We're going to have the link up on the website, so on the program, so that you can see where to go so that you can participate. Again, thanks again, Sam. We enjoy what you do. Keep doing it, my friend, and go blue. And we are back here at the Vada Murrary Research Fund Initiative here at the University of Michigan facilities on Pfizer Road. They have taken Pfizer Road, because it truly was Pfizer for many years here at this location, but now it's owned by the University of Michigan. And one of the great superstars of our community and for the University of Michigan, we watched some great highlights last night at the game, Mr. Jamie Morris. Jamie, thank you so much for being a part of the Prevention Corner with us today.
Thank you.
Tell us about your relationship with Vada, because this is in recognition of the person that he was, but now we're looking at the research that can help for those who are behind, but unfortunately they took him from us way too early. Tell us about your relationship.
Well, when Vada came in as a freshman, I was a sophomore, and this young man couldn't play, and to keep his spirits up, you know, a lot of the younger upper class guys wanted to get Vada involved, keep him involved, and I developed a relationship with Vada that has never ended. Wow, and I love him. I love him like a little brother. I love him like as a person. I love him as the man he has become, and he's inspired many people. So, I mean, to do something for Vada, you can call me anytime.
Absolutely, absolutely. And one of the great things, because working with him through law enforcement, and I was in the area that he was in, our crime prevention, my counterpart. So I saw him all the time. When I'd see him out in the area, we always knew each other. It was great camaraderie, but I knew where his heart was and the work that he was involved with doing on the street of being a great police officer. And that's something we never, ever take away from him. But one of the great things also about his love for life.
Well, you hit it right. Yeah, you hit it right on the head. Vada loved life, and it was contagious. We all love life because the way Vada it lived it. And you know, if Vada taught us anything, it was live life to the fullest extent. And you know, with his passing, that's inspired me even more. I have an 8-year-old daughter, and I don't want to miss anything. And I want to keep it going, and I want to inspire people like Vada did. Yeah. I want to go out and touch the community and talk to the people and tell everyone, you know, if I can tell them one thing, live life to the fullest.
Life to the fullest. Absolutely. And that's what this event is about today, is reaching out to the families here in our community, the support mechanism of businesses to help the great work going on here at the University of Michigan and the Cancer Research Forum. Jamie, I know you got a tight schedule and you're busy as ever. Thank you so much for all that you've done, not only for this effort, but your community outreach. You've always been there. I love listening to you on Sunday mornings. You get John Bacon going, you guys get rattling there. And whenever I start hearing banging on the desk, I said, Jamie's getting geeked up in there a little bit.
Yeah.
And after last night's win, we got a lot to all be geeked up about.
We got a lot to be fired up about. We've been blessed with a great coach and a great team, and the resilience of that team, that's going to take them far, really far.
It was an amazing. I felt like Vada was in the house last night.
Yes,
knowing
he
that
was.
Today, I was like,
he was. He was
amazing.
up there with Bo watching the game and breaking it down.
Yeah. Well, Jamie, thanks again so much for all that you do.
Thank you.
Again, Rich Coleman here at the Prevention Corner here at the Vada Murrary Research. We'll be right back.
So a number of opportunities, as I said, to contribute to what is a great cause. And don't forget the food. They tell us over and over again, please continue to push the food. Lots of great food in there to partake in. So keep it going. We're going to pop the music back on, and don't forget to let those wallets open, those purses, those checkbooks. It's all going for a great cause. All right, Mike.
And thank you so much. We are here at the Prevention Corner again at the Vada Murrary Research Initiative here with the University of Michigan and all of the great staff, and with Sarah and the family and all of those who have been involved with helping bring this day today with this fundraiser kickoff, which is so important for our Cancer Research Initiative, but also in the memory of our great friend Vada Murrary. And with us today, again, one of the many celebrities, John Bacon. John, how are you, sir?
You're going low rent on this one. The celebrities are Jamie Morris and guys like that, but thank you.
But I've read your book with Bo. Heard all your comments with him. You have a lot of history with the University of Michigan football team and the sports programs.
Lucky.
You knew Vada
very well,
and a lot of the players that are connected with him. How important is this day?
Important for a lot of reasons. One is the memory of Vada is one that's near and dear to both the football family as well as the Ann Arbor Police Department and the law enforcement family in general.
Absolutely.
You recall at his funeral, of course. Absolutely. I mean, the Washington County guys were there, the Michigan State guys were there.
A lot of our Pittsfield piece.
The U of M guys were there. Pittsfield was there. BDS, of course. There you go. So.
And see, I knew Vada with crime prevention.
And
there you go. A lot of the work that we would do in the basement with Adele and all the rest of the staff. That's where I talk to him all the time.
This is the beauty part, and you know how this works. If you asked him, he comes running.
Absolutely.
It's a good cause. He didn't ask twice. He spoke before my class 3 or 4 times at least. That's a balloon, by the way. That's
absolutely.
the good news.
See, all the officers look around.
And my students ate it up, man. My students, when Vada talked to the students, he connected with them so beautifully. And Vada pulled no punches. I mean, the last speech he gave to my class is on Vada Murrary and I have cancer. And 18, 19, 20-year-old kids, their eyes get pretty big. He looks healthy, he looks strong, but there it was. That's why it's so sad. But then he also went on and on about how much he hated Ohio State. And he was equally direct on this point. I can tell you that. He pulled no punches whatsoever, and of course, got to know his family quite well. And the affection people have for Vada, as you know, across a lot of lines, speaks to the man himself. So, and you can't fudge that.
Right, and I think that was what was, every time I talked to Vada, it was about life. You live life to the fullest, but you don't shortchange anything that you do. You give it your all.
Full blast.
Because someone's going to be looking at you as an example.
That's exactly right. And one of my favorite photos, and I'm sure yours too, is he and Trip Wellborn jumping up to block that kick. Did it many times in college. That photo's great. It's not for, you don't become an All-American that way, you don't become a millionaire that way. It's for the team. It's just such great exuberance. It shows two guys living life that's very fullest. And I'll always remember Vada in that shot that way. I can also tell you too, I mean, as far as the cause goes, what's great about what Sarah Murray done and Laura Melvin and so on is that this whole thing is for cancer research. I don't know anybody in favor of cancer. And so this is not just about Vada, it's about everyone else who might be in danger, including the fellow cops and all the rest.
And all of our families, as I was telling Sarah when we were talking months ago, you know, I lost my oldest sister to pancreatic cancer. So I'm very versed in what we did as family, looking at all of the nuances
someone, man.
that we could do to help her. But there's more research that's needed, and the importance of why it is important to support it.
Absolutely. I mean, no one's got all the answers yet. Clearly progress is being made. I mean, I've had friends, my parents have both survived cancer, and the survivors are adding up. That's the good news.
Absolutely.
But if I can get a guy like Vada, it can get anybody. And what you can also say, I'm sure, is there but for the grace of God go I.
Absolutely.
That if a man that fit in far better shape than I'll ever be, and a non-smoker.
And I think what the legacy that he leaves behind is to never give up. Never give up. He fought right down to the end. He never stopped fighting.
One of the toughest guys I have ever met, and Bo would back that up, which is saying quite a bit, by the way. I still love Bo's great line. Whenever Bo left town, how do I say, now, Vada, I'm going to be gone from Friday to the following Sunday. I'm holding you personally responsible for my home.
That's a tall charge coming from
Don't think for a second Vada didn't make a few loops around that neighborhood and told his friends the same thing. I can assure you Bo's house was always safe. So Vada did his job.
Absolutely. Well, John, not only do I appreciate your great work with writing such great, eloquent words about all of the University of Michigan players and the program, but also the personalities, Bo and all of those who you only see that unless you get to know them behind the scenes. And you've been able to really capture that as a writer.
Well, you're very kind about the writing. You're generous, probably, I'm sure of that. But the lucky break was who gets 400 hours with Bo Schembechler. I mean, that's not that he enjoyed it either. He hated sports reporters, but he tolerated me, and that's the greatest gift of all. Just being in Bo's company that long, being around down Canham that long, and I got to say, the players I've enjoyed immensely. You know these guys through your own work. And anybody who really loves Michigan football can be assured that the guys I've met represent the university extraordinarily well, behind closed doors as well as in the public, as they often are. And you see them behind closed doors. When there's a problem, you'll be one of the first guys to know. So, and you don't get it very often. So.
Absolutely. Well, John, thank you so much for this opportunity to talk with you about it. We're here at the Prevention Corner at the Cancer Research Initiative for Vada Murrray, our great friend here at the University of Michigan, but also a great family man and committed to the community. Thanks so much. We'll be right back with more interviews here at the Prevention Corner. And thank you so much. We are here at the Vada Murrray Research Initiative here at the University of Michigan's facility here on Plymouth Road. And I am with Angel right now. She's a lieutenant with the Ann Arbor Police Department. Angel, you worked with Vada. You know of his work. You know of his heart and his commitment. Tell us about the person, but also how important his work was as a police officer.
I actually have known Vada. Vada and I were classmates. We started the same day together 20 years ago this year. So not only do I know him professionally, he was a very close and dear friend to me. Matter of fact, I refer to him as my brother. And many of us were in awe of him and his work ethic and his style, his dedication, because this is a man who could have done anything because of his athletic ability, and he was dedicated and committed to Ann Arbor. And he was there every day, an hour early, sharp as to a T, and he went out and gave the bosses 110%, made them so proud. And I was there and present when his wife called and she was diagnosed. And one of the first things he said is, we're going to fight this, and we're going to fight this to the end. And he did. He gave it a valiant, because I don't think many people could have put up the fight this man did, but it's because of the man of who he was and his spirit that he endured. And one thing that he had promised was look after his family, and we're going to continue his fight. And my friend lives on through his family, and we will forever fight this cause.
Well, this is a great thing, you know, with Vada, and every time that I would see him and we talk about crime prevention and things going on in the community, he was always on that positive side. He always looked at things out of the prism.
Yes, he did.
You know, what can we do to help? We can't let our guard down.
That's right.
You know, to help for the community, but we got to reach the young people to help them make better decisions.
Yes.
All of those things were so critical for him as a person.
Absolutely.
And I knew when he put that uniform on, he wore it with pride.
He wore it with pride, and I tell you, he was the most reliable backup for you. You knew if there was something that was going on in the neighborhood that you wanted taken care of, Vada would be on it. You didn't have to tell him twice. But he also knew what was going on because they had a sense. He always lived in this city. He ate in this city. He spent his money in this city. He was dedicated to this city, and he was one hell of a cop.
Yes, he was.
We will never see another one like him in my lifetime.
Yeah, and I am so in awe of everything that the Ann Arbor Police Department did in its celebration of life services and the continued outpouring of support. And it's not a joke. This is very real from this Ann Arbor Police Department family, from the chief down to everybody who knew him, who wore the uniform. And I'm so proud to say that I have so many friends, in addition to knowing Vada myself, how important that this is for us.
Yes, it is. And if anybody can get this done, Sarah Murray's going to get this done too. And we know that because that you talk about being in awe of someone, that woman is going to get this job done. And we're going to give her a hand, whatever she needs and wants.
Absolutely, that's right. And I promised Sarah a long time ago that I would be here to help, and this is what we're doing with our show, The Prevention Corner, today here at the Vada Murrary Cancer Research Initiative here at the University of Michigan. We're going to be putting the website information up, how you can get involved and donate, how you can also look at the history of what he has done and the research here at the University of Michigan. All of our families have been touched by cancer, and it's important for all of us to play an important role with giving and helping and being in tune to our bodies and the things that are going on. Angel, thank you so much for being on with us today.
Welcome, sir.
And it has been my pleasure, and I'm sure our paths will cross again as we continue to help Vada Murrary and this initiative here at the University of Michigan. Thanks so much.
I want to introduce Dr. who is Vada's oncologist at U of M. He is a professor of the Department of Internal Medicine, co-director of thoracic oncology, and a cancer center member. He also, I have to note this, that he got his medical degree from Northwestern University, and when Vada found that out, he said, "What? Northwestern?" Like he just, anyway, okay. He didn't actually say it like that, but.
Thank you. Yeah, Vada said it in a much more disgusted way. But I do also want to thank you all for coming out here today. I want to thank Sarah for organizing all this, along with all of the volunteers who have helped in this very amazing effort. This is clearly a very difficult event to organize, and I appreciate that. And it is wonderful ever to come out here on one of our few nice days that we've had in the last few weeks in Michigan. I did have the honor of taking care of Vada for about 2.5, 3 years. And it was an honor. I've taken care of a lot of people with lung cancer over the last 20 some odd years. And I've met a lot of people who are extraordinarily resilient and people who had an extraordinary will to live. And I have to say that among all of them, Vada really stood out near the top as somebody who was just so determined, so motivated, and so dedicated, not only to fighting his cancer, but also to his family, to his friends, and to his job. This was a guy who, despite everything that I had told him about the disease and what was going on, just wanted to keep working. Just wanted to keep going to the gym and playing basketball and having a good time and living his life. And that was just so uplifting to me to see him in the clinic and to see somebody with that kind of strength to withstand everything that unfortunately this cancer threw at him. And I also had the chance to obviously meet Sarah. And again, she is bringing the same determination and motivation to this effort to put together this kind of event on fairly short notice, I have to say. To pull all of this together is just phenomenal. As Dr. Ehrenberg has said, the lung cancer research effort is one that is grossly underfunded in the United States and throughout the world. Lung cancer is a phenomenally important medical health problem. You look at the statistics that are on the table, some statistics that are on the walls around here. If you look at the number of people who die of lung cancer every year, it's greater than the number of people who die of breast, colon, and prostate cancer combined. It is really a big problem. It's the #1 cancer killer throughout the world. And we are trying to make some inroads into that. Many of you may have read in the newspapers recently that there's now potential screening techniques with CAT scans to look for people who have lung cancer at an earlier stage, to catch them at a point where our thoracic surgeons, and Andrew Chang is back there, who's just taking over as our director of thoracic surgery at University of Michigan, so that Andrew can have more people operate on who he can cure of this disease. And University of Michigan participated in the huge trials involved in showing that CAT scan screening can benefit people. My colleagues like Doug are working in the basic science to determine how lung cancers grow, how they spread, how they utilize blood vessels to feed themselves, and how we can work to block those sorts of things. And Vada was involved in one of the trials when he first met me. He got involved in one of our clinical research trials looking at these new anti-blood vessel types of therapies. Later in his course, he became involved in the trial at Hermanos Institute in looking at how to block pathways involved in keeping cancer cells alive and using new drugs. And the work of people like Vada to participate in those trials has allowed the drug that he was on in the trial to be approved last week for the use of people with lung cancer. So this is the kind of thing this is the kind of research that we need. We need to have patients and families interested in participating in these types of trials so we can move things forward. And it's all, unfortunately, in this world driven by money. Right? And lung cancer is underfunded compared to many of the other diseases where you see. You never see lung cancer soup cans in the grocery store. But it is definitely in need of resources, and I greatly appreciate, and everybody in my program at University of Michigan appreciates the effort put forth by all of you in coming out here today to support this effort. Thank you very much.
And thank you so much. We are here at the Vada Murrary Research Initiative with the University of Michigan and all of the great camaraderie of friends, football players, but I have the distinct honor to talk to Vada's mother, Donna. Donna, thank you so much for coming on. My name is Rich Coleman.
And thank you. Yes.
And I want to just be able to have our audience also get to hear from Mom. Not only how we know it's a great loss, and our heart and our condolences are with you, but the importance of what Vada stood for, and from Mom's perspective.
Well, he stood for, I guess, determination, living a good life, and being a kind of person that you treated everyone the same, you know, good, bad, or ugly. But Vada was he didn't prejudge anyone. Everyone to him, you know, was a person, had feelings, and that's how he respected them, and they respected him for that, because he just believed that only you live that type of life and stuff where people respect you, that it will follow you all the way through your life. And this shows today just how it affected people and stuff, the way he lived and the way he respected them, and now that to show him and us how they respected his lifestyle. But it's kind of hard to, you know, because you figure such a young life that has such great potentials, and the way he lived his life and stuff, to think, well, you know, it was cut kind of short considering, you know, 43 years old. But then too, you have to realize, you know, sometimes our plans is not always God's plans. So we have to kind of deal with, okay, this was his plan. And now, you know, maybe the research and, you know, the interest now and finding a cure and whatever will eventually be the reason all this was, you know, had happened to him. We said everything, you know, happens for a reason, so maybe this is the reason. You know.
Well, Donna, it has been a treat not only to get to meet you today. I did get a chance I saw you at the services, but didn't get a chance to say hello.
Yes, and I'm glad you did,
but
yes.
It's so important for us to make sure that we give the rest of the family an opportunity to say something with all of the dear friends and all of those who have been involved. We appreciate all that you've done and all you can continue to do. My name's Rich Coleman. We're here at the Cancer Research Fund with the Vada Murrary Research Fund and its kickoff. We're going to be putting the website information up, contact information, how you can play a part. Again, thank you so much, Donna.
And thank you.
And be well. God bless you, and we will keep you in our prayers.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks so much. We'll see you next time here at the Prevention Corner.
Hail to the victors valiant, hail to the conquering heroes, hail, hail to Michigan, the lead.